She gave her last. She have a son in college now. She meal prepped for that boy every Sunday, just so he can take his food back and have something to eat the whole week. This is so unnecessary, senseless. She have left a big hole. This event has left a big hole in her family hearts. And not only her family, but also her friends.
Family tells us Kia Tidwell was on the phone with one of her children when she was shot.
This was one of the most gut-wrenching news conferences I've ever attended. It was full of emotion, and that's because the person whose life was taken was loved by all.
Single mom. My sister, oh, she love. Woo, Jesus, she love. Who that love, who Jesus that they talk about in the Bible, baby. Oh, I didn't think I was ever my baby sister, but I thank God that I am here, and I thank God because I feel like change is gonna come.
"42-year-old Kia Tidwell was an extraordinary woman whose radiant positivity touched everyone who crossed her path. Whenever you saw her big smile. As a devoted and hardworking mother of 6 and a doting grandmother, Kia was the heart and soul of her family. Her impeccable sense of style was a reflection of the pride she took in everything she did, but more than anything, her life revolved around her children. Kia balanced 2 jobs to support her family, always ensuring that they had everything they needed. Her presence was felt throughout her children's schools, where she volunteered and cheered them on, often the loudest supporter at their sporting events. Known for cooking meals for the teams and driving long distances to attend games, Kia was unwavering in her commitment to seeing her children succeed, even if it meant many sleepless nights. Her children were her world, and she devoted every ounce of energy to them. Kia's faith in God was a guiding force in her life. As a dedicated member of her church, her strong spiritual foundation shaped the way she lived. Her giving spirit knew no bounds. Whether mentoring others, sharing her wisdom, or giving selflessly, she was a pillar of her community. Ask Kia became a well-known phrase because her knowledge and advice were valued by all who knew her. Despite the challenges she faced, Kia always made it look easy. She provided, protected, and nurtured her family with fierce love and determination, ensuring they always had a roof over their heads, clothes on their backs, and food on the table. No one could have ever predicted the chain of events that would soon unfold. On the evening of September 6, Gary police initially responded to a disturbance call at the McDonald's on Grant Street and 5th Avenue, but found the people involved had already left. While on the scene, officers heard a commotion near Lincoln Street and approached a large group of people. Shots erupted from behind an apartment building. As officers went to check out the scene, they would locate a crashed vehicle with an unresponsive adult female inside. The victim was identified as 42-year-old Kia Tidwell, who was sadly pronounced dead at the scene after succumbing to multiple gunshot wounds. According to family members, Kia was leaving her parents' home, driving eastbound on 5th Avenue, headed home to feed her children, when she was struck by gunfire, causing her to crash her vehicle into a tree. Her daughter, who was on the phone with her, recalled hearing the gunshots in the background. Her mother's last words were, "Oh my God, they are shooting. Jesus." Her very last word was Jesus, before the phone went dead. Her daughter never saw or spoke to her mother again. Keep in mind, officers initially responded to a disturbance call at a nearby McDonald's. However, by the time they arrived, the people involved had already left. Before they could even leave the McDonald's, officers heard a commotion near Lincoln Street and subsequently approached a large group of people. Not long afterwards, shots erupted from behind a nearby apartment building. As all of this was going on, Kia was simultaneously driving by, getting directly caught in between the crossfire. Kia's family has been left completely numb. Her youngest child, a 4-year-old, constantly saying, "Call mommy, where's mommy?"
In an exclusive interview with relatives, Tidwell's daughter says she was on the phone with her mother when she heard the gunshots. Family say she lived in Portage and was on her way home from work when she was caught by a stray bullet. Tidwell was shot in the head and crashed her vehicle.
I just heard people shooting and she called on Jesus. And that's when I heard her car skirt off and she crashed into the tree right there. And the phone call had ended.
Somebody know what happened. My sister was a hardworking single mother of 6 and a grandmother. She did not deserve this.
She was leaving Gary, leaving here, headed home to Portage, and this just, we just need justice and we need lights down here. But something got to happen. Somebody got to open their mouth and say something.
Kia's senseless and untimely murder serves as a sobering reminder of how quickly and unexpectedly life can be taken away, teaching us to cherish every moment with our loved ones and not take time for granted. Most disheartening is the devastating impact violence has on families and communities, especially when innocent lives are lost. Kia's murder not only robbed her children of a mother, but also left a lasting emotional scar on everyone connected to her. 3 days after her murder, Gary Mayor Eddie Melton and Police Chief Derek Cannon held a press conference to provide an update on the investigation. The briefing offered key insights into the case, progress made by law enforcement, and addressed the community's concerns surrounding the incident.
Inside the Gary Police Department is a room filled with emotion.
Today we mourn the loss of Kia Tidwell, whose life was cut far too short.
These are the loved ones of 42-year-old Kia Tidwell, a mother of 6, a grandmother, sister, and daughter to Charlotte Tidwell.
My daughter turned the corner on Grant Street, make a left, heading to Portage so she can go home and cook. She didn't make it there.
This was around 8 Friday night. At the same time, Gary police say they were called to this McDonald's on West 5th Avenue and Grant Street for a disturbance. Upon arrival, shots rang out across the street. Tidwell was driving by on the phone with her oldest daughter.
And the last words she heard her mama say, she was calling on the name of Jesus.
Tidwell was shot in the head and hit a tree. Her mother immediately went to the scene.
When I saw her truck, I went up and opened it, and one of the officers said it was a crime scene. I'm thinking an accident can't be a crime scene.
Her 9 siblings are present while leaning on faith to share who their sister was.
It was 10 of us. She always had on her license plate, I'm number 8, because she was number 8.
She was minding her own business, heading home.
Now this family is left trying to ensure their loved one's death wasn't in vain.
I'm sad that it was my sister, but if this is what it takes to turn this around, so be it.
In a heartfelt post, Kia's cousin said the following: I got a phone call that night saying I think something really messed up has happened on 5th Avenue. I could tell by his voice that it was someone close. I learned that my cousin, Kia Tidwell, was shot and killed by a stray bullet while driving home from her parents' home. My cousin has 6 kids that she took care of and a granddaughter. Some of the kids are now young adults, and some are still in school, and one is still just a baby. None of them are out there getting into anything, meaning she was doing a good job. Every time I think about my cousin, I think about those kids, and I think about how I've seen her in work clothes more than anything in her life. She got child support for probably some of them, but that didn't stop her from going out and working sometimes even 2 jobs to make sure her kids had, as well as do the things she wanted to do for them. If they were ever lacking, you couldn't tell because she shielded it really good. She worked hard, and she also was there for sports events and anything she had going on, even as far as sending them to decent schools. She stretched herself for her family, and she didn't deserve to go out like that. Someone needs to say something. I know there's people on here that have seen all these posts and know exactly who was involved, and all you have to do is say something or anonymously say something. If you want this type of stuff to stop, you got to come to the hard truth that it starts with you. This could be your family or loved one. This could be your mother or your daughter. Her parents, both of them, are still alive, and they live right in that community where that tragedy took place. Kid was raised in that community. Every time they go down that street, they have to relive that situation now. No, it won't bring her back, but it's some form of justice and peace for a family that's been very peaceful in that community for years. A GoFundMe was created by her family to raise money for her unexpected funeral expenses and childcare. It's raised nearly $20,000 of its $100,000 goal. As of right now, there have been no arrests, and family along with law enforcement are encouraging anyone with information to come forward. The case remains ongoing.
My license plate, I'm number 8, because she was number 8. She was number 8 from out of the 10. She had kids, oldest brother. My name's Jamil Tidwell. I'm Kia's oldest brother. Kia was the life of the party. It was 10 of us, and she always had on her license plate. I'm number 8, because she was number 8. She was number 8 from out of the 10. She had kids, and I got kids, and we hung out a lot, and we used to go out to dinner together. She used to sometimes pick you up for your birthday, whether you was related or not. She gave the jack. She seen the lady sitting on a homeless lady sitting shivering on the bench, and she took off a brand new jacket she had just got an hour before and gave it to her. She was an all-around person you just love to just meet, hang out with, and so forth. And I would have to say she was a woman of God. She prayed a lot. She was also a case manager. She took care of other kids outside of her own family. She was my sister. I would say she and I was a lot alike.
My name is Lasani Long. I am Kia's aunt. I was there when she was born. Kia was full of life. She was loud. Everybody knew Kia was there. But Kia was a mother of 6 children. She wasn't just a mother. She was an awesome mother. She went to every basketball game, every baseball game, practices, no sleep, one job to the next. She made sure her children was trying to help them level up to the next level. She pushed them. She raised them. She raised 4 men, 2 daughters. Her life was stolen. She was a woman of faith. She was just a beautiful person. She gave her last. She have a son in college now. She meal prep for that boy every Sunday, just so he can take his food back and have something to eat the whole week. This is so unnecessary, senseless. She left a big hole. This event has left a big hole in her family hearts, but not only her family, but also her friends. She knew a lot of people, and we just thank you guys. We thank you for the attention now. We ask you to keep the family in your prayers. She has a baby, not even 5 years old. My sister has to tell her she'll never see her mother again. That's one of the worst things. Thank you.
Before you leave the microphone, please spell your name if you don't mind, so we have
Lasani, L-A, capital S-O-N-N-Y-E, McNeil, M-C-N-E-I-L.
Mine's Jamil Tidwell. It's Jamuel Tidwell. Tidwell. I'm a senior.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Isley Tidwell Muro.
I am Kia's sister. I was born in 80. She was born in 81. She taught me a whole lot being the younger sister. I just want to first thank the mayor, thank our first lady, and just everyone. You guys, it didn't fall on deaf ears, and I think that means a lot to our family. I'm also a teacher here in the Gary community, and being a teacher, you hear all these stories, you know, and you never think that it'll be your family. But I think this is bigger than Kia. We're grieving, but this is bigger than Kia. She just had family that just was relentless in not letting it go. But think about all the other families that this is happening to, not just in Gary, because this seems to be the story of our communities. And so for any young person watching this, I just want to say, don't make a decision today that will take away the rest of your life. And I think they don't really know the severity of what they're doing. You know, my sister was a beautiful person, and it was very hard for me to come. I felt sick to my stomach, been having chest pains, everything. I know I'm a big girl, but I don't usually have chest pains. I usually can roll with a lot of stuff. But, and that's the nature of our family too. We're very humorous and we're very comical. But we are very close knit, and so this did leave a hole in our family. And you know, I told the kids, don't worry about this, we got you, and things like that. But we know that this is just a problem that seemed to plague our community. We have been Team Gary from day one, born and raised here. My parents have been in the same area for over 30 plus years, and we will go to blows with people about the city of Gary. We believe in the vision of Gary and all that. In my mind, I kept thinking the city let us down in the end. I worked another place, but I said I wanted to teach where I grew up. And I've been teaching in Gary for 8 years. I'm a second grade teacher currently. And I do love the outpouring of support that we receive from the city, from our fans, from our clergymen and things like that. Because honestly, the beauty of Gary is brotherhood and sisterhood and our history. We don't want to be like everybody. I don't care what is the statistics when it comes down to African American cities. We want to be the difference. I believe in the vision of Mayor Eddie Melton. I would not have voted for him at all if I didn't think he was capable. But I believe in his vision because I worked with him in a different capacity. I believe in the vision of the First Lady. So when we had the fire chief and everybody to just outpour on us, at first I was a little bit angry. I'm like, I just can't. But bitterness rots us, you all. But it's unity. It's faith in God that's going to take us through the darkest moment of our lives. And this is a very dark moment. I'm shocked I'm up here. I was a mess before I came up here. But I thank God for the support of the community. Keep our family in your prayers. Again, I hear these stories all the time when I'm trying to comfort my students when things go on in their lives. And I talk to them and I try to have them have faith. And some of them every morning, they want to hug me, and I hug them because you don't know what they go home to. And a lot of these kids on the streets are lost. She was not the intended target because I did get that back. Well, believe it or not, what was she doing? She was minding her own business, heading home. This girl went and she moved her family to a place where she thought would be better for them. But she didn't live here anymore. But she defended Gary tooth and nail. That's how she was. And for her to basically be taken out by all the people who she kind of advocated for, it's sad. It's sad. But at the end of the day, I hope this and I have all the faith in the world in God. I have faith in our police staff. I have faith in that somebody's going to come forward. I'm not upset at any of you all. I thank God for you all. And I'm believing God that justice will be served. Thank you to the news team. Just thank you to everybody. Because at first, I'm serious. I was very bitter. I was bitter, but then I had to go to a higher source, and that's my God. And Kia believed in that. Kia believed in prayer. She was definitely a sports mom, and I was on Instagram, a random person said she was the best sports mom ever. She was the type of person, the way she was, it was across racial divides and all of that. She didn't care. She'll come to your house. You can live in Hebron, house, whatever. She coming with some food. She wanted to make sure the team was eating good. And even if you didn't have your mom, she tried to be that person to everybody. And that's the person that she was, and that's what I want her to be mostly remembered for. Again, my name is Isley, like Isley Brothers, Isley. Last name Tidwell and Muro, Muro, and I am her sister, and I do love her. And I'm going to miss her a whole lot. And just one final thing, like my aunt said, you know, she was supposed to do a big trip with her family to Disneyland. And her 4-year-old, which I love to pieces, I told her that smile will light up my day. I don't have children, but I feel like her children were my children, and we all feel that way. All of the kids grew up together, and she said, Mama taking me to Disney World. And I said, well, if she can't, TT gonna take you. And so she's like, no, I want Mama to take me. I said, but if she can't, because I can tell her. I said, if she can't, I'm taking you. We're gonna make sure you guys get to Disneyland. And she said, well, you ain't got no airplane. I said, I will get you an airplane that day. You going to Disneyland. So her kids are young, and she raised good, independent kids who all have the jobs, and they're worried about, because she was their primary financial resource. And they're worried about, well, what if we lose this or what if we can't? But we're like, it's in God's hands. And so I love you guys. Thank you for your prayers. I appreciate you. God bless.
Good job.
My name is Vashti Tidwell Fagan. I'm Kia's second oldest sister. They see me and Kia look like, well, we look like my daddy. Kia, she used to hang with me and my older sister, Kia. You know, she was old. She was young, but she was old. She loved everybody. I got so many calls. People was like, Kia would go to the games and she would support other people's kids like they were her own. Kia didn't mind it. The kids was doing something, she would correct you now. Because that's Kia. Kia, she thinks she's my mama. She a sister, she a aunt, she a friend. She's a beautiful person. She loves to switch in the kitchen. We got that from my granny. I mean, she can cook. Oh my God. She get into it with you about something. You didn't cook this like this, because my mama taught us you gonna cook it the way she teach you to cook it. Then after you gone, you can do it your way. So that's the same teaching and training Kia was doing. Kia had 6 kids and she was a grandmother. My baby niece, it just breaks my heart. I was over there the other day. She put on the dress. She loves tutus, y'all. She loves tutu, and she told me birthday in December, she's having a bluey party. So, you know, she's gonna have that bluey party. She was just saying how you know, mama this, mama that, and, you know, it's sad that, you know, her mom saw her kiss her by and went on by her business, only to get her life taken like this. It's senseless, and we hurt. But we know it's a God that sits up high, and he looking down low. Kia was a believer. I was upset, like my sister said, I was serious. But I thank God that Gary heard us. I thank God you heard us. You're a man of faith. I heard so many people. Kia touched so many people's lives. I mean, I'm getting calls from California, different places, and they were saying how Kia, like, we went to school with her, elementary school. Kia did this, Kia did. She was an encourager. She was just on the fast. She just told me a couple days, girl, I'm praying that God do this and God do that. We heard so many negative things about Gary. I was born and raised in Gary. I'm a Gary girl. And I say, Gary was once this and once that. And I say, Lord, bring it back. Even so. I'm sad that it was my sister, but if it's what it takes to turn this around, so be it. You know, a lot of times we get stuff placed on us. And sometimes we think, you know, no, not us. It don't affect you till it affect you. But brotherlyhood, sisterhood, the bond, we need to love like we was raised up. We need to bring that back. We need to love like, you know, and my brother's keeper. We need to be our brother, our sister's keeper. Kia, her son goes to Andran. I got a call today, anything that they can do. Kia want her kids to have the best. She put that mindset in them. My nephew could have stayed at home, but he went back to school. He said, I got to do this for my mama. He gone back to Terre Haute? Fort Wayne. He said, I got to make my mama proud. I said, she was proud of you. She's proud of all her kids. Single mom. My sister, she love. Woo, Jesus, she love. Who that love, who Jesus, that they talk about in the Bible, baby. I didn't think I was ever my baby sister, but I thank God that I am here, and I thank God because I feel like change is gonna come. You know, Jesus was the greatest sacrifice. We need to turn our hearts back to Jesus. That's what we need to do. We really do. But if y'all want to help, my nieces and nephews still have to have a place to stay. They still need the rent paid. They still need water. They still need lights. They still need food. If y'all want to help in that capacity, please do. We need a place to have the service. We need action, and this is called action. My nephew, my sister sacrificed so my nephew can go to Andrea, and she worked 2 jobs. By faith, that tuition gonna be paid for the rest of the year. I'm speaking by faith because that's what we need. We need y'all to love on us like never before. We are family, and we love hard. We love hard. My heart is broken, but I know Kia's in a better place. Didn't want her to go, but she's in a better place. And just pray for her kids. Pray for us as a whole. My mom and dad, we need your strength. My brothers and sisters, we need your strength. That's all I got to say. Again, my name is Vash Fagan. VASH apostrophe TI, Vash Queen, Vash in the Bible. Tidwell, CIDWELL, FEAGIN. Officer Tidwell is our uncle. God rest his soul too. Yes, my mom's name is Charlotte, CHARLOTTE, and my dad's name is James Tidwell, JAMESTIDWELL. Kia had her office open. Anybody at our job, we worked together, me, Kia, and Naomi. So I saw her. Even when I didn't see her, I saw her. And then sometime I want to go to talk to my sister. People be sitting in her office, wasn't no seat for me. She, tell them, they'll tell her problems. She'll tell them, yes, how to work their problems out. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they're like, oh, Kia, you was right. Yeah, she was an old soul. But pray for me, y'all.